Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, May 18th. I was gonna say June, like hello, let's calm down. May 18th, and I have finished a book today because I was like halfway through it, and then I was for a while working at the cell culture, and so I just listened to the other half of it. I mean, not the entire second half. I then finished it like on the subway on my way back home, and that was The Cabin at the End of the World. I started on the weekend while I was on my runs. I listened to that, and so that is a horror book. And basically, we start following Wen, who is, I think, 8 years old. If not eight, she was around that. And she's staying at a cabin, kind of like in the middle of nowhere with her dad's. And then there is a dude that gets there, and he kind of like starts talking to her, and she's like unsure if she should talk to him because she's been told to not talk to strangers. She thinks that like he seems okay, so like she stays with him, and everything seems to her to be going okay-ish until other people show up, and apparently they are with that guy, and they say that they're going to need her and her dad's to like let them in because they need them to save the world. And obviously that sounds kind of threatening, and they kind of like start attacking them, and we see that the family having to like deal with that and like protecting themselves, and we don't know if any of what they're saying is true because they say that they're gonna need to do something if they don't want the world to end. And like, are they crazy or is the world actually ending? So like at the beginning I was very into it. Like I was very creeped out and unsettled, like in the best way possible. I was really, really into the story. I was very intrigued, very curious, and like I said, very creeped out at the same time. But I feel like once we got over the like 40-ish% mark, it kind of got like a little repetitive, and I don't know, it just stopped being as exciting to me, I guess. I wasn't into it as much anymore. So, like, I still enjoyed it, but I definitely wasn't as gripped by the story as I was in the beginning. And I'm not entirely sure what to rate it because, like, the second half definitely felt 3-ish stars, but I really like the beginning, and I don't think I can ignore that. So, I'm probably gonna give it 3.5 stars, but more leaning like 3.25. I'm not entirely sure yet, but like for now, I think at least I'm gonna give it 3.5 stars. It started off really, really strong, and then just, I don't know. Honestly, I don't really know why exactly, but I definitely wasn't as into the story as it progressed. And yeah, that's that. I finished that, and then I'm also reading Daughter of Crows, which is fantasy, and it's the first book in the Academy of Kindness series. I don't know how many books are gonna be in that series, but I have actually made some progress in it today because I was like a fourth into it, and I am now halfway through it, and I am loving this. I am absolutely loving this. So we are following Rue, and when she was a kid, she went to the Academy of Kindness, and so the Academy of Kindness basically sort of creates assassins, and like 100 girls enter the academy, but only 3 make it out. And so we are seeing Rue, like when the book starts, she's already like much older, and she has already like left this part of her life behind. She has like found peace, but chaos is like brought to her again, and like assassins are sent after her, and so she's trying to survive and also figure out why those people are after her and what is like their big plan, like what they're doing and why they're doing this. But at the same time, we're also getting chapters from the academy and seeing like what those girls go through, like what they have to do and what is done to them, and it is brutal. Like, you can definitely see why only 3 girls make it out, and I'm really liking it. I'm really getting attached to the characters, which, like, with the amount of death that we've already gotten, maybe is not the best idea, but I really, really like the characters. I especially really like the main character. Although, like, she's definitely not, a perfect character, I I am definitely very attached to her. Oh, and also like most times like these girls are like sold to the academy because like their families are desperate, but Drew actually like chose to go herself. So there's that. And yeah, there's also like a character that's very mysterious that is called the Eldest. We've only gotten 2 chapters from that character's POV, but I've loved them and I'm just loving this book in general. I am obsessed. So yeah, having a great time, even though it is very brutal and terrible and there's a lot of suffering. But yeah, I'm really, really liking this. And I don't know if I'll finish it this week, but I definitely want to make as much progress in it as I can. And I'm saying I don't know if I'll finish it because on Thursday, I actually am gonna hang out with some friends like for the end of the afternoon, like dinner. So I probably won't be reading that much that day. And then on the weekend, I'm gonna have there's like the celebration of my hometown, so I'm gonna have people at my house, and so I won't be really reading either. So there is that. And I will probably start another book in like audio book formats or like ebook, either because I want to have something to read or listen to while I'm on the subway on my way to the lab and back, and that will probably be Wolfworm, which just like this one is one of my anticipated books for this year, and that is horror, and I don't think it's too long, so I should be able to actually go through that one this week, I think. And yeah, those are my reading plans and my plans otherwise, like plans with people as well. And yeah, that is it. I think that is all that I had to tell you for this intro, and welcome to the vlog. Okay, so it is Wednesday night and I just finished, and like literally just before starting to film, I just finished Daughter of Crows, and I love this so much. Like I was so excited reading this book, and at the same time like I was very excited, but I was also very like stressed because terrible things kept happening to the characters. But I absolutely loved it. And at first, like my favorite chapters were definitely like the ones about the past, like in the academy, and also the ones where we're following the eldest, especially like when that started to connect to everything else. Like absolutely loved it. And I feel like I like those the most because that's when we were getting more like from the characters, like their lives, their history basically. And since I was really liking and connecting to the characters, that's what I was enjoying the most. But then when we got to like Ruth's chapters in the present, and that also started to connect to everything else, I also like started being absolutely obsessed with those chapters as well. And yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I loved the plot. It was very interesting, and like all the magical things we were learning about, and like all the reasoning behind like everything that was happening. It was great. It was fantastic. And then the end as well, like the very, very end, that was crazy as well. And yeah, I loved it. And I am very, very, very excited to read more books from this series when they come out. Like I will be anxiously waiting. And yeah, at the same time, like it was very like sad to read everything that these characters went through. Like our main character, she hasn't had, I mean, I was going to say she hasn't had a moment of peace, but like she did before everything started going wrong again at the beginning of the book. But like she had some years where she was like okay, but like the whole story where we were following her, like her life was so awful. Like the things that were done to her and the things that like she had to do as well, like that was truly traumatizing. But I really love to follow her, and I really, like I said, I really connected to her. And yeah, like I love this. I in this moment, and like I said, I just finished it. It definitely feels like it's a 5 star. Like I got the 5 star feeling, but I want to, take a moment and wait to see if, tomorrow I will still feel this way. But if it's not 5 stars, it's at least 4.5, because yeah, it was so good. I loved it. Like I love the world that was, created in this book, and the plot and the magic. Like that was all very interesting, but the characters like really did it for me as well. So yeah, I really liked everything. So it will probably be 5 stars. And that means this is my first 5 star of the year, which is crazy. Like I did have 2 5 stars, but they were rereads. So I'm not really counting that as being like 5 stars of this year, like from new books that I'm reading for the first time this year. This, I think, will be my first 5 star. And I am very excited about that. So yeah, that's that one. And then I am 73% into Wolfworm, which is horror and also one of my anticipated releases. And I am definitely enjoying it, but like not as much as Daughter of Crows. Like if I'm comparing that, I'm not loving it as much. But in this one, we are following Sonia, and she is a scientific illustrator. And this is set in, I think, 1899. And she like used to work for her dad, like drawing plants. But her father actually passed away, and then it was really hard for her to find another job until she got the opportunity to work for an entomologist. And so she basically goes to his house, and she's supposed to draw like his collection of insects. And she starts working, but then there are like some weird things happening like around the house, like the wildlife, the animals. They're actually very strange. And at the same time, some of the humans are also acting in weird ways, like suspicious ways. And they talk about blood thieves, like some creatures, blood thieves. Someone said that they saw the devil in the woods. Like there's some creepy, unsettling things happening. And we've also seen some creepy, sort of gross scenes with like some bugs, because there are some parasitic bugs. And yeah, I'm having a good time. Our main character is not having a good time at all. And especially like towards this last part that I read, she's really not having a good time. And yeah, she's witnessing some things that she can't really explain or understand. And I am very curious, because like we've been seeing all these creepy things, but I don't know how or why they are happening. So I'm very curious to learn about that. And yeah, so one book that I read I loved, the other that I am reading I'm also really enjoying. So good times all around. And that is that on reading updates. I don't know what I will read next in terms of like a physical book, because I really want to start the last trilogy in the First Law world. So the first book would be A Little Hatred. I also really want to read, but that's another anticipated release, so I don't know if I will read all of these back to back, but that is The Faith of Beasts. I also want to continue my reread of the Wheel of Time series, and the next book I think is The Fires of Heaven. I could be wrong. It's like right there, but the spine isn't facing me, or the front cover, so like I can't see the title, but I think that is the title. It's the 5th, I think, book. So those are all options, and I mean there are more options than that. Those are just the, I think, most likely that I am to start, but maybe I will just pick up something else, because that I sometimes do that. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm going to start next, but my plan is to finish Wolfworm tomorrow, and probably I won't be reading anything else because tomorrow I am going to hang out with my friends after work for like end of the afternoon and for dinner. So yeah, I'm very excited about that, but that means I won't be reading as much. And then on Friday I'm going to my parents' house, so I probably won't be reading much either. And then during the weekend, well, first of all, when I'm there at the weekend, during the weekends, I don't read as much anyway. But this weekend is gonna be like even more unlikely for me to read because we will have a lot of things to do and there will be people around. So yeah, I don't foresee that I will be reading too much, in the second half of the week. But I'm happy, very, very happy actually, with what I've read up until now. So yeah, my plans are to finish Wolfworm and then to start something else. I don't really know what. But yeah, I'm having a great time reading. I am definitely, back in a reading mood, which is great, is what I've been wanting. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I'm having a good time and I'm very excited for tomorrow as well. And yeah, I think that is all that I needed to update you on, at least that I can remember. It is basically midnight and I am very, very tired today. So if I am forgetting something, which I probably am, first of all, I'm sorry. And second of all, if I do remember eventually, I will try to update you when I talk to you next, which will most likely be Saturday, I hope. I also do have to edit my video for this weekend because I did film it last weekend because I had like already read all of the books for it, but I still need to edit that eventually. So yeah, that is a fun prospect for sure. So yeah, I need to do that, finish Worm Form, start something else, and yeah, that's that. And I will talk to you, like I said, most likely on Saturday. Hello. So it is Saturday night. It is technically Sunday because it is 24 minutes past midnight, but I'm here to update and I am so tired and also like we're having a heat wave and I am struggling. I was not made for the heat and I always really struggle during summer, but we're just in May and I'm already like dying here. But and also like I have this light shining on my face to be able to film at this hour, and this light, like my desk lamp, it gets so hot, like crazy hot. Like sometimes during winter I don't even need like my heater in my room if I have this light on because it gets like that hot and it's shining directly on me. But yeah, I'm here with updates. And so in terms of reading, so I finished, oh my god, what was the book called? I am terrible with names of characters. I'm terrible with names of books. I'm terrible with names of literally anything. Wolfworm. Wolfworm. Okay, so I finished Wolfworm and I really liked it. I really loved all the like creepy, disgusting scenes, like descriptions that we got, and also really like to learn about the like these creatures that people talked about that existed like in the woods, and how like that was connected to the past, like the things that Sonia, I think her name was Sonia. Again, I am terrible with names. well, our main character was discovering about the past and about the guy that she was working for, like his wife as well, like the way that she just vanished. And yeah, I really liked it. I had a really good time. It was very creepy at times. Also, there was a point where it got like very stressful, the things that were happening. Like I was worried for our main character because I actually, I liked her, I cared about her, and yeah, I really like that one. And I think I'm giving it 4 stars probably. And I started a little hatred, but I barely started. I only read like 30 pages. So I'm not like I don't have many thoughts about it other than I'm enjoying it. Like this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe. I'm gonna go with 8. The eighth book in the First Law world, because there was an initial trilogy and then 4 like standalones. Like I mean 3 standalones, like one short story collection, and then this last trilogy. So I think this is the 8th book, and it's like the first in the last trilogy basically. And this is set, I think, 20 years after the end of the first trilogy. I could be wrong. I'm really not sure about that. I just saw that somewhere and took that as a truth, but I don't know. But we are basically following like the children of some of the characters from the first trilogy or from like some of the standalones, which is, very interesting. And especially like in the last chapter that I read, which was, I mean, this don't doesn't have numbers. These chapters don't have numbers, but I think it was like the 4th chapter. It was called Keeping Score. Like that character, like she's the daughter of a very interesting character from the first trilogy. Probably my favorite character. He was definitely not a great person, but he was a very, very interesting, fun character to follow. And she's like his daughter, and she's very much like her dad in some things. And yeah, like her introduction was honestly very iconic. So I think I'm gonna love her as a character. At least I hope so. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. There is like some war brewing in the north, which is always the case in the series. Like they're always fighting about the same thing, which feels very accurate to, the real world, which is just very sad. But yeah, there's a war brewing once again. And yeah, I'm enjoying it. I barely read anything, but what I did read, I definitely enjoyed. And then I also started Iron Heart, and I started that like on the train yesterday, like coming back to my parents' house. And I mean, actually, I started before, and then I read some of it on the train, and then I listened to some of it as well today, like on my run. And I am now 58% in. And this is the second and last book in the Crier's War duology, where basically there are, like in this world, there are humans and there are autome, and the autome are like made, they were initially made by humans. They are now mostly or just completely made by other autome to basically be like their children, and they are made to be like perfect in the eyes of whoever makes them. And there was a war like years ago between the humans and the autome, and the autome won, so now they are like in charge of everything, and the humans are basically just servants. And so the humans want a revolution, and they want to get rid of the autome. And like Ayla, who is our human main character, she is part of this like rebel group, but at the same time she has like a personal vendetta against the sovereign because her family was like killed because of him. So she wants to kill his daughter Crier as revenge. And Crier is another main character that we follow, and she is an autome. She was made to be perfect by like her father's image. And she, like, there's a lot that she doesn't know about, the world in general and like the autome, but also about herself specifically. And so most of what we actually learn with her, which I thought was very interesting. And this is like in the first book, and Ayla and Crier meets, and Ayla wants to kill her, but as they like get to know each other a little better, Ayla is starting to realize that like maybe Crier is not at all like her father, and she's actually not that bad. And yeah, there is still like this war, this revolution about to start, and there are some other enemies emerging as well. And yeah, at the end of the first book there was like some, a big reveal obviously, and in this book we are dealing with the aftermath of all of that, and we are seeing our characters deal with that, and they're, both in a lot of trouble, different sorts of trouble, and yeah, there is like this. There's a common enemy between the humans and some of the Otome, but still, like all of the Otome are, mostly enemies of the humans. But at the same time, there are some humans who care about like some specific Otome. So like there are all of these mixed feelings, and yeah, I'm enjoying it. I am definitely very invested. I'm very interested to see how this is all gonna end, and I am having a really good time. And I do really like both of the main characters that we follow, and yeah, I'm having a really good time overall. And honestly, I don't know when I'm gonna finish it. I honestly don't think I'm gonna be reading anything else like until the end of this vlog, which would be tomorrow night, because I still have, stuff to prepare for the lunch of like people coming over to our house in the morning, and then people will be here during the rest of the day, so I will not be reading either. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, I think this is probably like where I'm gonna end in terms of reading. I'm still gonna update you like on Monday to wrap up this vlog, but don't expect any reading updates, is what I'm saying. And yeah, today already like we prepared some things. I did like most of my part, which is like two desserts. I made leite creme, which is basically like the Portuguese version of creme brulee, and I also made tiramisu, and that was most of what I'm gonna do. But yeah, still need to help my parents with some things tomorrow. But yeah, I'm very tired. We were out of the house like doing stuff, and then I was alone out of the house doing stuff, and then I did both of the desserts. I mean, I did one of the desserts. I went on a run, I had dinner, and I made the other dessert. And I hate anything like cooking, baking. So, it was not fun for me. Still, like, baking is a little less terrible than cooking, but I don't enjoy it at all. And, I have to cook every day because I do live alone during the week. So that also sucks for me. But yeah, I don't enjoy it, but I had to do it. And I did do it. And like, I'm not terrible at it. I'm like pretty decent, I would say, but I really don't like to do it because, being good at something doesn't mean that you like doing it, is a thing that I've learned in life. So, yeah, I did not have the best time, but it is done and I think it's good. We'll find out tomorrow. But yeah, tomorrow my friend is coming over like a little before lunch, and my grandma and my uncle are gonna come probably just at lunchtime. So yeah, we do need obviously to do a lot of things in the morning. And yeah, I like I said, don't think I'm gonna be reading anything. So yeah, I just finished editing. I mean, finished and started. I just edited the random number generator video, which is gonna be going up tomorrow. So yeah, I need to upload that. It was exporting while I was filming some stuff just now. I need to upload that, and then I think I'm gonna go to sleep because I am exhausted. I also had the thumbnail done already that I did during the week. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna go to sleep. Oh, and I don't think I mentioned at all, because I think this was after I last updated you, that I went with my friends, like for dinner and stuff. I did not film a single thing because I always forget to film when I'm with like out with my friends, which like just means that I'm having fun, but it's not fun for the video. But I did not even think about it, but it was definitely fun. I was also very tired, and my back hurt, and my knee hurt, and my foot hurt, and my head also hurt a little bit, which is just, my usual day. But I was very tired that day as well, but it was still very fun. It was very nice to see them. And I got home at like half past midnight, which is, kind of late. And I was just exhausted. I also just like, I think I washed some dishes that I had there, and I just went to sleep as well because I was really, really, really tired. But it was very fun. So, I was happy. I was tired, but I was happy. And today I'm also tired, but happy. Like things went well. I'm just really exhausted. So yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna shut up because I feel like I'm just talking in circles and no one wants to hear that. So I'm gonna go, and I will talk to you on Monday to wrap up the vlog. Okay, so it's Monday and I'm here to wrap up the vlog, and I did in fact not read a single thing since I last talked to you. So I don't really have any reading updates at all. Everything that I had to say, I did say in my last update. But in terms of other things, I guess I can tell you that my friend came over on Sunday, so yesterday at like lunchtime, and so did my grandma and my uncle, and we had lunch. Then we went out to see like the things from the festivities, and then at night, oh, also during the afternoon, like after we were out on the town, like after we came back, there was a football game going on, like the final of a cup, like the Portugal Cup. So we watched like the second half and the extra time of that. And the like team from the second league actually won against the team from the first league. So that was really fun, especially because it's not like the team that I support. So I was definitely supporting the underdogs here. So yeah, I mean, we all were. We, as in me and my parents and my friend, we were all supporting the underdogs. And yeah, we were very happy that they actually won. And then after dinner, we went to like see the concert and stuff and the fireworks. And then we came home, and actually, like my friend and I, we fell asleep very early for our usual time when we're together. We fell asleep at like 2 a.m., which again, crazy for us, but I was just so tired from just like standing almost like the whole day. Like was standing for so many hours. My back, my feet, my everything was hurting, and so was hers. And yeah, we, slept. And today, which is, I guess, not even from this vlog anymore, but I'm not gonna talk about it in the next vlog either. And since I don't have reading updates, we just, woke up at like 11:30-ish. And then honestly, like we stayed in bed before eating like for a very long time. And then actually my dad came to have lunch at home as well. So we ate, like me, my friend, and my dad had lunch together. Then we hung out for a little bit, and then my friend left, and then my mom came home. And then I went with like my mom and my grandma to some more of the festivities here, because it's just tradition to do that on Monday, and which is like the reason why I took these days off, is like for that specifically. And yeah, it is actually now 11:40 p.m. and I just got home and showered, and I'm here filming, and I am once again exhausted. So I think I will once again fall asleep early for my usual time. But I think those are all of my updates. And like I said, I don't have any more reading updates than I had before, but I can wrap up this video and tell you everything that I read this week. So I finished Daughter of Crows, and I also finished The Cabin at the End of the World. And then I read Wolfworm, and I barely started A Little Hatred. I read like 30 pages. And I also started Ironheart, and that was 959 pages, which is definitely more than I expected. And I didn't read much on Thursday because like I was out with my friends, and then yesterday I didn't read at all. So that was definitely like way more than I expected, and I'm actually very happy with that. And I'm also pretty happy with the books that I have been reading. So, overall it was great, and I also had a lot of fun in all of these like hangouts. And yeah, it was a good week. It was fun, and that is it. That is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it, and if you did, give it a like and subscribe, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.